Hey, Kingdom Kid. Y'all is Kingdom Kids, but hey, Billionaire Squad. Hey, Billionaire Squad. So, first, I'm finna kind of trade my chair out. I'm not gonna be on here long. I just wanted to come do some tax education with y'all. Um, so today I'm just gonna give y'all some tips on how to get the best possible refund this year. How to get the best possible refund this year. And if you guys are in the Tampa location, make sure that you get my link from either my community post, or I will post it below this video once I actually finish with the live and post it. But you are always welcome to come into the office. I can give you the location if you're in the Florida, Tampa area, okay? Come in, set your appointment, get your taxes done. We also do business consulting. We have a lot of services to offer you guys, a lot of financial services like business funding, um, personal finance, financial literacy, tax planning, bookkeeping. We have a lot of financial services, but I have also partnered with another business who has a lot of services. Um, to offer you guys as far as community outreach and things like that. So just contact me. Make sure you get my link off of Linktree. Um, Let me text my business partner real quick so that if he try to call my phone, he know to call this phone because I am going live on my other phone. So welcome in. Today I just want to give y'all some tax education, right? Because there's a lot of people who contact me, or a lot of people who I am doing your taxes, and you're like, oh my God, what happened to my money? So we're going to go over that today. So come on in. Everybody should right now be making tax appointments to sit down, okay? We should be making appointments right now. It is so much money in the streets. If you are not filing your taxes, you need to be a referral partner. Hey, good morning. You need to be a referral partner. It is so easy to make money just by simply sharing information. Hey, I know a girl, she's really good with taxes. She's really honest. She will make sure you get your best tax refund. Not only that, but I educate. We do tax education and tax planning. That way, you're not just waiting until tax time and you're having an aha moment like, oh my God, what happened to my money? Oh my God, how come my homegirl got more money than me and we got the same amount of kids? Oh my God, why didn't I know this? Why didn't I know that? You don't have to go through that. All right. So make sure that y'all share. Y'all see me posting all the time. Share a post. Mention taxes. Mention business consulting. Mention things to people because you get paid simply for referring others. Okay. Do not miss the money that's in the streets right now. We have 3 months. January, February, March. Actually, we have 4 months because tax season is over April 16th. You want some of that free money. Okay, I pay $100 for every single referral, not 50 like every other company. We pay $100. So let's get to it. So I'm gonna talk to y'all and I'm gonna handle some other business because I got some things that I have to handle. So look, one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make, right, is they do not know how to fill out their W-4 forms at work. And so that causes a lot of people not to get the best refund. You have to know how to fill out your W-4 forms at work. Another thing is people say, oh, I know how to fill it out. I filled it out correctly. However, you have to change the W-4 form. I just want to help y'all get the best refund. If you messed up your W-4 throughout the year and you end up not getting the refund you want this year, I'm finna give you the game because you don't want this to continue to be an issue, right? So even if you feel like, oh, I don't have no kids, I don't have no dependents, I filed zero and everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I got one more picture. I filed zero, so I should be good. Let me tell you something. Whenever you work more hours than usual, which means you're making more money because you're maybe when you first started the job, you was working 8 hours a day. Now you're working 10 hours a day or 12 hours a day. You want to always go to your HR department and update that W-4 form. It is your right. You can update your W-4 as many times as you need to. Don't just start a job and leave it the same as it's always been, because that's where a lot of y'all are messing up at. When you get a raise, that means you're making more money, which means you need to go back to your HR department and revise the W-4 form so that you can make sure you're getting the proper amount of taxes taken out of your check. If you come in a job and you making $14 an hour, by the time you make it to $16 an hour, your withholding form should not look the same, because you're making more money, which means you need to make sure that as you're working more hours or getting raises or whatever the case is, you are editing that form over and over and over, okay? Because when you leave it the same, but your income grows, your proper amount of taxes is not being taken out. And that's why sometimes y'all get to tax season and be like, hey, I thought I left it at 0. Okay, cool, you left it at 0, but that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes you have to go in, and on that line where it asks you if you want extra withholdings, you want to go in and put maybe an extra $50, an extra $20, or an extra $100, depending on how much you're making. You want to revise that so that you have the right amount being taken out. All right, y'all. So that's just a tip, because a lot of people are hurting behind that. Secondly, the W-4 form is first, because a lot of people who are working jobs, y'all have a good potential to get good returns back, because the income return, the tax return is only based on what you paid, the taxes you paid throughout the year. However, business owners, a lot of you guys are coming and you are just like so in a rush to file your taxes that you leave money on the table. You want to make sure you claiming every single deduction that you can, even though Trump has passed bills and laws for entrepreneurs to not have to pay so much taxes as we used to. I think the business tax used to be like 15% or something like that. I could look it up for you, but right now I'm just going off the top of my head. He's changed a lot of that, so we're not getting it taxed as much as we used to. However, you still want to make sure you don't leave no money on the table. You want to file your vehicles, your mileage, your home office. You want to, if you have a home office, you want to file your utilities. You want to file your phone bills, your internet bills, your light bills. You want to file everything that applies to your home office. What else? What else? What else? People who have children who are about to be 17 years old. If your child is going to be 17 years old anytime from March and after, you want to make sure you are one of the first people to file your taxes. You want to get the maximum child tax credit, which means you want to be the first person to file. Maybe like soon as the IRS opens in February, you want to file that child while they are still 16. Okay, that's just another tip. What else? What else? What else? Y'all put some questions in the chat, some tax questions, so that I can answer them for you. It's a lot of ways to get a max refund, but if you do not ask the questions and you do not understand, that's where the issue comes in at, because you're not moving strategically based on understanding. Y'all know God said what? My people perish for what? Lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. So we don't want to lack knowledge. We want to get the knowledge that we need by asking questions. It's no such thing as a stupid question. No such thing as a stupid question. So, and this is not a sponsored video, but I do want y'all to know that this coffee that I'm drinking right now, it is Gold Dust Coffee. This is a partnership from Kenya that we now have. This coffee is amazing, y'all. I don't even drink black coffee, but this coffee has so many health benefits. It helps with cardiovascular health, heart health. It helps with, I'm talking about, I drank it the other day and my headache went away in 2.3 seconds. It's so many health benefits to this Gold Dust coffee. It's straight from Kenya. It's AA grade coffee. This is high quality luxury coffee, y'all. So if y'all know anybody who need coffee that is not, full of pesticides and stuff like that, make sure y'all also let them know about gold dust. They can order straight through me if they need to. But anyways, we hear about taxes today. I just wanted to let y'all know that, because I've been drinking this coffee for like 2 weeks now, and it's fire. Ooh, my let me see. This is a bag right here, gold dust coffee. So my dad is actually going to Kenya. He's going tomorrow. He's going to Africa to do some really huge business. But we get this coffee straight from Kenya, okay? Just wanted to let y'all know. But anyways, anywho's, I'm here for the tax questions, y'all. This is tax class. Class is in session. I'm just trying to upload these pictures, because that's the business that I'm supposed to be doing right now. I just thought that I should go live while we on here. Add photos. Select images. God is so good, y'all. It don't have to only be tax questions. It can be business questions as well. If y'all have any business questions for our startup, business funding. As you know, a couple of weeks ago, I just got my certification to be a funding broker. So now I have access to business funding, y'all. So if y'all need y'all business, y'all need some startup capital, y'all need to get with me. That way we can get you prepared, because you might actually be in a position to be qualifying for funding. Yes, from Mother Africa. You already know this. You might be in a position to already receive funding, but if you're not, we want to get you ready. It's January. This is the first quarter, y'all. Don't make it to the second and third quarter and be trying to scramble stuff together. If you do good right now, first quarter, the rest of the year is going to be a breeze for you. Also, we talk about this every single year. We are making sure that we are being good stewards, because one thing I can share with y'all, ever since I started to be consistent in my bookkeeping, consistent in discipline, because just because we can afford it and we want to do it doesn't mean that we should. Can I get an amen? Sometimes we be like, oh, I got the money. Oh, I just want to treat myself. Okay, cool. But being a good steward is not only about saving and stuff like that. Being a good steward is actually a kingdom law. And what happens when you show God that you obey kingdom laws? He blesses you with more. You will start to see an overflow. It's not about limitations. It's not about lack. It's about practicing discipline, practicing structure, practicing obedience, being a good steward. Shows God that you are ready for more, because God said, if you are good with managing small things, I will bless you with much. That scripture is, y'all can look the scripture up. I might be saying it, out of context, but that's exactly what God means. If you steward the little things, I will bless you with more. So just keep that in mind, because I can be honest with y'all, ever since I decided to be consistent, sometimes I got the money to go take myself out to lunch, but I don't, because why? I have a refrigerator full of food. You never know what other expense is going to come up. Yeah, you got the money now to go spend $80, $100 on your own self for lunch because you just want to eat good, but then tomorrow it might be a business expense that come up that $100 could have covered. Okay, so we being good stewards. If you want to treat yourself or you want to take yourself out or something like that, it is nothing wrong with that. But what I will say is put it on a calendar. It sounds crazy, but that gives you what? Something to look forward to. It also gives you discipline. It gives you structure. So you say, hey, I'm going to work throughout the month, and then on the 25th or the 21st or the 22nd or whatever, I'm going to treat myself. That's going to be the day that I treat myself for being what? CEO. Because when you do that, you stop yourself from telling yourself lies that every day you need a treat for yourself. I work hard. I need to go treat myself. Sometimes I be wanting to go buy myself new business clothes, new nice professional pants, new nice shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, even right now, y'all know I love my natural hair, but I want to do a hairstyle to my hair. But what I'm doing is I'm disciplining myself, because I can go do it now. But I feel like it's other things that is in front of that, so I'm going to do that on a certain time. It's not that you can't. It's not you living in lack. It's none of that. It's just about structure. Some things come before other things. All right. So, anyways, moving forward, far as finance, I have a bookkeeping template, right, that y'all have access to. If you don't have my link tree, all you got to do is write a comment or something, or go to my community post and get my link tree. Go to the downloadables. I have a bookkeeping template that will keep you on track for the rest of your life. This bookkeeping template, it serves multiple purposes, right? It keeps your finances on track. It calculates your financial statement. So all you have to do, it does all of the calculations for you. You do not have to do any math. You go in, you put in your income for the month, you put in your expenses, and it automatically calculates whether you're in the negative or in the positive. All right, automatic calculations. There's no math required. The third thing that it does is it automatically categorizes your finances for you. So if you go, so say if you go in and you put in GoDaddy, and then you put in expense, it might say you can choose from office expense, advertising expense, utility expense, or if you put in income, you can categorize income cash, income credit, income debit, whatever the case is. It automatically categorizes, and what that does, it makes your life easier when it's time. Hi King Grayson, hi everybody. No ways was good. So it categorizes everything so that your tax preparer is not having a hard time, your accountant is not having a hard time, and not only does it make it easy for them, but it also makes it to where um your taxes, your tax preparation, first of all, your books are clean. When you use that, your books are clean. You don't have to be scrambling around for receipts. You don't have to be trying to find everything through your bank statements, even though you always want to keep your bank statements. Y'all, it's so much. You want to keep your business bank account only business money in and only business expenses out. Your accountant or your bookkeeper, your tax preparer should never look at your bank statements and see personal expenses in a business account. It's too messy. On top of that, when you are going for funding, you want the underwriters to see a clear picture. The moment you confuse them people is the moment you're in between yes and no. But if you have a clear picture for them, they find you to be more financially responsible. So make sure you're keeping your business accounts with only business income and business expenses, okay? But secondly, back to this bookkeeping template. This bookkeeping template it makes it easier for your accountants, your bookkeeper, your tax preparers, but it keeps everything simple far as like when us as tax preparers, when we file a Schedule C for you, which is a business tax return, and we do your expenses, we have to put the categories. And we don't want to have to look through your I'm sorry, y'all. I got froze for a second because somebody was calling my phone, but I'm on do not disturb, so I don't understand how that even happened. So what was I finna say? All right, I wanted to just give y'all some game, right? The only reason why sometimes you get charged more for your tax return is because you go and everything is not organized. And if a tax preparer has to do bookkeeping for you, that's when it's an extra charge. So say for instance you came, I'm so sorry y'all, somebody called and it messed my live up. It caused the freeze. But I don't understand how that happens when I put my phone on do not disturb. I don't get it. But anyways, um what I was finna say to you is that when you go to your tax preparer, say for instance your taxes, it was only maybe $400 for them to file your taxes, but because you went with all this mess and they had to analyze your bank statements and pull out and categorize all of your stuff, which is a bookkeeping task, that is where they can now charge you extra money. Now your $400 tax return turned into $800 or $1,000 because they're not only tax preparers are not necessarily supposed to do bookkeeping for you. Once a tax preparer has to do your bookkeeping, which means categorize your transactions, manage your receipts and all that. That is when you tap into another expense. And a lot of people don't know that. They looking at their tax returns and they like, oh man, she charged me $1,000. Yeah, because you ain't come with your paper in order. You ain't come with your financial statements in order. But this bookkeeping template that I have, it categorizes all your transactions for you so that when you take your financial statement to your tax professional, that's one less job that they have to do. So not only does the bookkeeping template calculate your expenses and your income for you to let you know whether you're in the negative or the positive, it produces you monthly financial statements. Okay? So that makes it easier for your accountant, your tax preparer, your bookkeeper, whoever. It does your bookkeeping for you so that it saves you money on your tax return. Because if they don't have to do all your paperwork and all your categorizing and all your expenses for you, that's less money you have to pay to get your taxes filed. So that's just some game. Make sure y'all go get my link tree, go to the downloadables, make sure that you get the bookkeeping template. If for any reason anybody is not tech savvy and you cannot find it, I will have it for you. All you have to do is contact me and I will send you the link for the bookkeeping template, okay? So, this is the year, y'all, for consistency. All of this stuff is not for no reason. You're not getting a bookkeeping template because Donna needs your money. No, you're getting a bookkeeping template because it helps you keep your finances organized. It helps you produce financial statements. It also makes the job easier for your tax preparer, your bookkeeper, your accountant. That way you are saving money on your taxes. Because a lot of y'all like, how come you charge me so much for my taxes? That's because you ain't do nothing but come to them with word of mouth. You ain't had your finances in order. You ain't have stuff organized. You ain't had your transactions categorized. So once they have to step into the role of a bookkeeper for you, they're going to charge you more money. Because that's not tax preparers, no matter what nobody tell you, tax preparers and bookkeepers are two different total job descriptions. So once your tax preparer has to do the bookkeeping for you, that is an extra expense. So save yourself some money by keeping up with your transactions and your finances throughout the year. That's the best way. Okay, it doesn't pay to be lazy. Y'all see no waves, you hear me? It does not pay to be lazy. So I recommend that if you get the bookkeeping template, that you print yourself financial statements on a monthly. So from January 1st to January 31st, you put in your expenses every day when you spend money. You put in your income every time you get paid or every time you make a sale, whether it be business or whatever. Put the income in. And then when you put the expenses in, you put a minus in front of the number. And then the template is going to automatically calculate it for you. And then after that, you print yourself the financial statement. And then after that, after you print your financial statement for that month, you copy the template, which means you're making another template, and you start on February. You title every single month. Every time you start a new template, you title it so that it's easy for you to go back and find your months. Your bookkeeper said, hey, I got everything, but you think you can give me March financial statement because I don't have it. You can go back to March, print it out. There it is. So I recommend that you do your financial statements every single month. So that means by the end of the year, you should have 12. All right. So I'm just telling y'all that because some people will go to the same template and just add transactions, which means by the end of the year you got this one long page. Do not do it like that. You want to separate the months. Do January, start a new template. Do February, start a new template. And all you have to do to start a new template is push copy. Copy the template. Start a fresh new one, because you don't want a whole. I mean, you could do it like that if you want to, but I find that to be very unorganized. The reason why you can still do it is because you're going to have the dates, which lets you know. The phone is ringing. Let me see if he's trying to contact me. I hope that ain't him calling me because I'm not. I gotta stay on here. The phone ringing in there, y'all. But hopefully that was. I think that if that was my business partner calling me, he would have called maybe more than one time. But he got both of my phone numbers. So, anyways, um, yes, yes, yes. It's time to get everything in order. I think that if you start January, by June or July, your business should be in a financial position to. No ways. Get them out of here. Thank you. Appreciate it. So I think that if you start, actually, you should have been starting your financial structure back in November or September, something like that. But because it's January, for anybody who has started later, thank you. You can now start in January, and I think in the next 6 months you'll be prepared for funding or prepared to take the next level of expansion in your business or your personal finances, whatever the case. You got 6 months to get it in order, because if it's credit that you're worried about, every 30 days you get a new, they report something new, so you have 6 months to get your credit in order. You also have 6 months. Also, when you go for funding, they want to see that your bank account has been open for a certain amount of time. Some banks do 30 days, some banks do 60 days, some banks do 90 days. Okay? So 6 months is a good time period for you to get you some financial structure. That's enough time for you to build your credit. That's enough time for you to have your financial statements in order. That's enough time for you to have your bank accounts open. Okay? Because I know that Navy Federal do a thing called Oops Money, where they will lend you 500. You now have access to a certain amount of Oops Money, but your bank account has to be open for 90 days. I know a business account that I have, after your account is open for, I think it's 30 days, you have access to apply for certain type of funding. So every bank has a different time structure. So that's the reason why I'm saying we in January. We not even at the end of the January. We just making it to the middle. So if you get your financial structure going now, in 6 months, by half of the year, June, July, you can start making money moves. So that way, if you have any questions that you want to ask within these next 6 months, I'm here for it. Because as a funding broker, it's criteria that we have to go by in order to get you qualified. So the good thing about this funding outlet that I have right now, the credit score is not high. It's only 550. That is a very low credit score compared to other things. Like when I first got my 2,500 from the SBA, they needed me to have a 640. So the funding that I have access to right now, the credit score don't even have to be that high. We can get you to a 550 very quickly. If you need the help, speak up. A closed mouth do not get fed, y'all. So one of the criteria is a 550 credit score. The lowest funding option we have is you have to have at least be making 3,000 a month to your bank account. That one there for the 3,000, you don't even have to have a business bank account. It could be a personal account. They do fund people who do Lyft. So if you make 3,000 a month doing Lyft, you qualify. So it has to be any type of 3,000 a month in income in your account for that lowest level of funding. The other levels are a lot higher. The other levels are 15,000 or more in your business account per month in your business. So of course, if you're not making the 15,000, that's fine. You start at the bottom, making 3,000 a month. If you can get your business, or if you're doing Lyft, because Lyft is 1099. So if you can get your business making at least 3,000 a month in Lyft, we can start you there, get you some funding so that you can pour the money back into your business so that you can grow and make more money. Once you get to the 15,000 a month, then we can apply for you some more funding. So just take the steps. I think that a lot of people do not make it where they want to go because they're too afraid to open up their mouth and ask questions. A consultant is somebody who just is on a higher level where you want to go. That's all. So you want to have consultants, you want to have coaches, trainers, people who have already made the mistakes that you made, people who already have the knowledge that you need, and you go and sit up under them people and you get that information and you apply it to your business. Because information is nothing without action. So make sure, it doesn't even matter if you're on this channel, if you're just learning from watching videos. Love you more. Make sure that you guys go and follow my finance channel. It's called Stretch the Money. And as I've been looking for that channel, I can see that because it's a new page, it's not coming up in the algorithm yet. So the best way for you to find that page is going to be for you to go to my home page on this channel, go to the top tab that says home, and scroll down until you start to see my other channels. You're going to see my family channel, which is Billionaire Squad, which is me and my kids. You're going to see Kingdom Kid, which is my ministry channel where I do nothing but release prophetic words and messages from God on that channel. And then you're going to see Stretch the Money LLC. That is going to be where I post everything financial, everything money, everything business consulting. And the reason why I'm separating it, because those people who go and subscribe to that channel are going to get the substance, everything they need. It's not going to be mixed with entertainment and lifestyle like this channel is. It's going to be a laser focus. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to know the people who really want to win. The people who really want to win is going to come on YouTube and study nothing but business and finance. And you're going to find it over there on Stretch the Money LLC. So again, it's not in the algorithm as of yet. So go to my homepage on this channel on Donna the Billionaire and look through my other channels and find Stretch the Money and subscribe there. I'm going to be dropping more videos there. I just started releasing videos. So once I get to a certain amount of videos, we're going to go crazy on that channel. And then for comedy and stuff like that, I have Donna the Billionaire TV is going to be made live very soon. It's not live yet, so y'all don't have to look for that channel at all. All right, so I don't see any business or tax questions. I do hope if y'all need any help filling out your W-4 at work, make sure that y'all can y'all reach out to me, because that sometimes is the barrier between you getting the maximum refund or you owing taxes. A lot of people owe because they do not know how to fill out that form, or they have received raises, or now they're working way more hours than they used to and they did not edit that form. You want to edit it every single time you feel like your tax bracket is going up. It is your right. It's no reason why you should go to HR and ask to edit your W-4 form and they tell you no. So make sure you stand up on that. Another thing, sometimes people file exempt because they're like, hey, I'm just getting started with this job. I need all of my money because I need to get out of a financial situation. And they end up leaving their W-4 form in exempt for more than 6 months. So just keep in mind that this is a form you want to constantly revise. It's okay to file exempt for up to 6 months. But you want to change that and make sure you're getting taxes taken out. You don't want to go a whole 6 months. Said I did that and I got nothing back. You feel me? So it sounds kind of crazy. It might sound like I'm giving out basic tips, but you fail to realize how a lot of people, they just are not thinking of it. They're it's kind of like they're going about their daily life and they just forget. So I'm saying this just as a reminder. If you file an exempt because you like, hey, I need more of my money right now because I got a lot to take care of, I go back and I change it to my right taxes being withheld later on. Make sure that you put it on the calendar, you put it on a reminder, you put it on your dry erase board, whatever it is. But don't go a whole 6 months. Do maybe like 5 months and then go back and ask HR to revise it, because even if you go a whole 6 months, you don't know how long it will take HR to actually apply that change and for it to actually take effect. So you don't want it to make it to 7 months, or you don't want it to make it to 8 months. So put it in your calendar that on the 5th month, you go to HR and you edit this. So by the 6th month, the change is already in effect. All right. Because the more months that you go filing exempt, that is the more time you're depriving yourself of the right withholdings, which is going to cost you to owe money. Okay? Yes, yes, yes. All right, let me make sure I did everything I need to do. All right, we got that on here. We got the old location taken down. And I'm going to leave this right here so when he walks back in, he can see it and we can move on to something else. Let me cross this off. Y'all, I need more referral partners, more people who are willing to share a post to tell people about taxes so that we can get more people in the office. We doing free consultations so we can run the numbers for you for free. Because some people are like, well, what you going to get me? How I'm going to know if you don't sit down? I'm going to need you to sit down. I need to talk to you. We are still doing investing classes for beginners every weekend. We teach you how to set up your stock brokerage portfolios. Donna, shut up. We teach you how to set up your brokerage accounts. Then we teach you how to build a stock portfolio, which means we teach you how to build a watch list of valuable assets to invest in. Okay. We teach you how to analyze stocks. We teach you how to analyze the economy and the news that's being released that affects the stock market. We do not give you financial advice, because what I don't do is tell people where to invest their money. I can show you how to analyze a good stock, but I'm not going to tell you where to invest your money, because what you're not going to do is say I led you in no type of wrong. I'm not going to steer you in the wrong way. And the reason why I say that is because when it comes to trading, it's so many different methods. So many different methods. You have to figure out what type of trader you want to be. Are you a scalper? Are you a person who you going in and you trying to take the most off the top in like the next 30 minutes? Are you a day trader? You know for a fact you in and out this trade by the time the market open at 9:30 and you out this trade by 5. Are you more of a foundational trader where you are buying ETFs that pay you dividends for the next 25 years? Are you a growth trader where you might be buying a growth stock or a growth ETF, and it's not paying you dividends every month, but the growth return over the next 20 years is enough for you to retire on? Um, or are you a different type of foundational trader where you are only going for dividend stocks that pay a certain percentage? And what you do is, after every year, you take the growth of your money. So say for instance, you buy certain stocks and they pay you 14, because I made 14% on my money last year. I put a couple thousand in the stock market. I made 14% on my money. But it's a difference between foundational traders. Sometimes people never take it out and they just buy more and more and more and more until they exit date, which their exit date might be 10, 15, 20 years because they're using it for retirement. But a different foundational trader, a strategy that I do is I take the growth. So say for instance, I started the account with 2,000. And on that 2,000, I made 300 and something dollars throughout the year. That's better than savings accounts. That's better than a CD. All right. I just didn't allow my 2,000 sit in the savings account and earn pennies. I made over a year, I made 14% on my money. I then take that out and I place a new strategy or a new trade with my growth, and I continue to wash and repeat the same moves until I make it to whatever number I want so that I can then buy bigger assets. So basically, if I can make this make more sense, say I used a certain stock that might have costed me maybe $80. So I bought 24 shares of that stock for this year and it made me 14% on my money. But my purpose of doing that was because I eventually wanted to be able to buy an ETF that costs 5,000. Okay, I started where I was at. Basically, I started where I was at. I started with what I could afford. And because I've watched and repeat this same play, now my brokerage account is at a place where now I can afford more valuable assets. I don't have to go for the $80 stocks no more. I've used that $80 stock to grow my brokerage account so much that now I can go for more valuable stocks. Now I can buy $5,000 ETFs. I can go in and buy the Nasdaq, the Dow Jones, the the Fidelity ETFs, whatever it is that you're looking at. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I don't know what you buy. I'm just using examples. Because I never really too much tell the stuff that I buy unless it's an actual student who come to me that's in one of my classes or something like that, because I want to make sure I set them up for success. I can show you live trades. I can tell you what I buy, but I will never tell you where to put your money. All right. So this is all finance. It's all about structure. It's all about compounding. It's all about building. Wealth is not about $1 million dropping in your hand from nowhere. Can God do miracles? Yes. Will He do miracles? Yes. You know what I'm saying? It depends on where your heart at. If He know that you're gonna open the door and set the captives free, and you gonna, because you being wealthy is gonna set a lot of other people free, and they gonna be wealthy because they attached to you, He will do miracles. He will do things in your life. However, a lot of wealth is built off of discipline, structure, consistency. Discipline, structure, consistency. You discipline yourself, you build a structure and a system, and you're consistent with that structure and that system. You don't detour, you don't deviate from the plan. You discipline yourself, you build a structure, you stay consistent. This is the key. I'm telling you, that's all it is. Discipline, structure, consistency. So much consistency, you're going to start to see the foundation grow, grow, grow. But you got to have patience. And you can't tell all your plans to everybody because some people's minds are too small to even comprehend or believe what it is that you're doing. So what they're going to do, they're going to try to spill their venom off on you. They don't have no faith, so they're going to tell you every reason why it ain't going to work, every reason why it don't make sense, every reason why you should be doing something else. Some things you just got to keep to yourself. All right. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all. Hit that post notification bell. Make sure y'all subscribe to Stretch the Money so that y'all can be here for more financial tips. I'm always gonna come on this page and do the same thing I always been doing, which is giving y'all the game. Okay, I'm never gonna leave Donna the Billionaire. I'm never gonna leave this page, but for a more focus to where I'm only getting on YouTube because I want to focus on money and business. I don't want to see no entertainment. I ain't here for no comedy. I ain't here for no gossip. I ain't here for no um no false prophets. I'm here for business, finances. That's where you go and you subscribe to Stretch the Money so that you can have a tunnel vision of business and finance consulting. Okay. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Make sure that if you are in the Tampa area, if you're in the Florida area, you contact me or you come down to our office so that you can get either your business consulting, you can get your bookkeeping, your tax preparation, your personal finance coaching, anything like that. Get on the right page with Stretch the Money. All right. I love y'all.